computer. All right. Well, welcome, Nellie. Thank you so much for being with us today. We have another challenge, and for the next 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to be tapping with Nellie. I had a brief conversation with her behind the scenes, and she shared about what she's going through, but I like for her to, first of all, introduce herself so you get to know her and learn a little bit about herself and also what she's currently dealing with, which is probably something that you are also dealing with and you may benefit from this. So you can tap along with us. So tell us, Nellie, what's going on today?
Good morning, Elisa. I'm Nellie Williams, an enrolled agent, an income tax professional. I've been in my own business for going on 40 years now, and I have a successful income tax practice. After tax season, I like to broaden my information. I feel like I'm a walking library. I like to learn. That's part of the industry, but I like to learn for myself, other things that are not tax related. And I make my money during tax season, and it has to last me the rest of the year. And I find sometimes that I'm spending more than I'm making, and I have to put a brake on that, like a car brake, stop that. Just like the old Bob Newhart show, stop it. You have to Google that if you're not familiar. So I'm looking forward to our session that you can help me release some of my anxiety about the situation that I put myself in.
Okay.
And I know I'm not alone, but
yes, you're not alone.
And I feel like this is true confessions, and I'm sharing with the world, bearing my soul, but that's the scary part.
And I thank you for that, because I know it's a vulnerable place. And although we think or may not think that we're alone or not in this, it is important that we talk about these things because we're not the only ones going through it. And I thank you for having the courage today, because I know it's not easy to come on camera and talk about these topics. So let's see if we can bring some relief here, some stress reduction, and we'll see at the end of the session, you'll share with us whatever you would like to share.
Thank you.
All right. So when you're talking about all of this, I just heard that you said you have some anxiety. Where are you feeling that anxiety? If there is any place in your body where you're feeling that?
I feel it in my chest area. It's like a weight on my breathing. I breathe deeply, so it's not interfering with my breathing, but that's where the pressure is. And I get a little rash on my butt where a man's wallet would go. That's when I know I've been really worried about it.
Okay. And that sensation, that tightness in your chest, how strong is it right now?
It's between an 8 and 9. It's pretty heavy.
All right. So let's go there.
Okay.
I know you're a little bit familiar with tapping, so if anybody's not, you can always go to my videos. I'll put it in the link and you can just refer to that and learn more. All right, but we'll go straight to it. So we're gonna go to the side of the hand, and it could be any hand. And I'd like you to take a comfortable position and just take a deep breath through your nose and exhale through the mouth. And you're gonna repeat after me. Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
And it feels like an 8 out of 10.
And it feels like an 8 out of 10.
I give myself permission.
I give myself permission.
To feel this sensation.
To feel this sensation.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
And it brings a little bit of anxiety.
And it brings a little bit of anxiety.
And also this pressure that I put myself into.
And also this pressure that I put myself into.
I give myself permission
I give myself permission
to navigate through this feeling and sensation.
to navigate through this feeling and sensation.
Yes. Even though I'm not the only one going through this,
Even though I'm not the only one going through this,
it's still vulnerable
it's still vulnerable
and uncomfortable.
and uncomfortable.
But right here and right now,
But right here and right now,
I am safe
I am safe
as I talk about all of this.
as I talk about all of this.
Okay, let's go through the points. Top of the head. This pressure in my chest
This pressure in my chest
that feels like an 8.
that feels like an 8.
Eyebrows. This pressure I put myself in.
This pressure I put myself in.
Side of the eyes. I have to make more money.
I have to make more money.
Under the eyes. I can't be spending this much.
I can't be spending this much.
Under the nose. But I enjoy learning.
But I enjoy learning.
Under the mouth. And there are so many good resources.
And there are so many good resources.
I want to take advantage of all of them.
I want to take advantage of all of them.
Under the collarbones. What if I need them?
What if I need them?
They can be really useful.
They can be really useful.
Under the arms. But then I worry.
But then I worry.
And it's like a blouse on my closet hanging with the tag there.
And it's like a blouse in my closet hanging with the tag there.
Yeah, all these courses,
All these courses,
all these programs,
all these programs,
side of the eyes, they're good.
they're good.
And I want to get to them.
And I want to get to them.
But I also feel,
But I also feel,
fill in the blank, how do you feel having all of those courses, maybe not getting to them?
I feel like a selfish little girl who wants to have it all.
Under the eyes. I feel like a selfish little girl wanting to have it all.
I feel like a selfish little girl wanting to have it all.
Under the nose. I deserve it.
I deserve it.
Under the mouth. I work for this.
I work for this.
Under the collarbones. I made my money.
I made my money.
And I can pay for it.
And I can pay for it.
Under the arms. But now I'm spending more than I'm making.
But now I'm spending more than I'm making.
Top of the head. And that makes me feel.
And that makes me feel.
Fill in the blank.
Makes me feel anxious. It makes me feel anxious.
Yeah, eyebrows. And this makes me feel anxious.
And this makes me feel anxious.
Side of the eyes. All of this anxiety.
All of this anxiety.
Under the eyes. Feeling it in all my body.
Feeling it in all of my body.
Under the nose. Feeling this pressure in my chest.
Feeling this pressure in my chest.
Under the mouth. It feels like an 8 out of 10.
It feels like an 8 out of 10.
Under the collarbone. All of this pressure in my chest.
All of this pressure in my chest.
Under the arms. What if I can let go some of this pressure today?
What if I can let go of some of this pressure today?
All right, stop tapping. Take a deep breath. Let go. We just addressed a few things there. We talked about your chest pressure. I'd like you to tune in and notice if that pressure that you were feeling in your chest is the same, it has changed, is it higher?
It's lower. It feels like it's about a 5 now.
Wow, that's good. So from
Yeah.
an 8 to a 5. All right. So if that 5 would talk or give you a message, what would you say it would tell you?
It's saying that, Nellie, there's hope. You can do this. You can You can get a handle on this, but
Okay.
it takes awareness.
It takes awareness. Okay. Anything else you noticed during our rounds?
No, but I'm needing to yawn.
That's okay, and that's perfect. Yawning is perfectly fine. It's movement of energy. So you may experience yawning, burping, maybe tears. Maybe there is some memories, like you were saying, I feel like a selfish girl. And maybe growing up, there were something going on where you were not able to get what you wanted, or who knows. All right. Okay. So let's go again to the side of the hand. Even though my chest pressure went from 8 to 5,
Even though my chest pressure went from 8 to 5,
and I noticed some shift here,
and I noticed a shift here,
I choose to have compassion for myself
I choose to have compassion for myself
and be gentle in this process.
and be gentle in this process.
Mhm. Even though there was a message that there is hope,
Even though there was a message that there is hope,
but there is work to be done,
but there is work to be done,
I'm open to exploring this more and more
I'm open to exploring this more and more
and getting more insights.
and getting more insight.
But even though my chest pressure is still a 5,
But even though my chest pressure is still a 5,
and maybe this will change or not,
and maybe this will change or not,
I'm open to new possibilities.
I'm open to new possibilities.
Okay, top of the head. This pressure in my chest,
This pressure in my chest,
eyebrow, it feels like a 5 right now.
it feels like a 5 right now.
Side of the eyes. And maybe it shifts
And maybe it shifts.
under the eyes. Maybe it has more messages for me.
Maybe it has more messages for me.
Under the nose. And I'm open to receiving those messages.
And I'm open to receiving those messages.
Yeah, under the mouth. And to also get some comfort and confidence.
I choose to get some comfort and confidence
Yes, as I continue navigating this topic.
as I continue navigating this topic.
Under the arms, putting more pressure on myself.
Putting more pressure on myself.
That may not be necessary.
That may not be necessary.
Top of the head, open to receiving more clarity.
Open to receiving more clarity.
Eyebrows, when I get that itch in
When
my wallet.
when I get that itch in my wallet,
Yes, side of the eyes. And I want to get that program.
and I want to get that program.
I want to buy that resource.
I want to buy that resource.
Under the nose because I want it now.
Because I want it now.
Under the mouth. And I want to use it.
And I want to use it.
Under the collarbones. But in that moment, I choose to take a deep breath.
I choose to take a deep breath.
And really think about it.
And really think about it.
Do I need this now?
Do I need this now?
Can I afford to spend this?
Can I afford to spend it?
To spend it, yes. Under the arms. Or is this an impulsive purchase?
Or is this an impulse purchase?
Impulse purchase, yes. Top of the head. I'm open to getting more clarity.
I'm open to getting more clarity.
Eyebrows. I'm open to take a look at it.
I'm open to take a look at it.
Yes. Side of the eyes. I'm open to being more patient.
I'm open to be more patient.
Under the eyes. What else would you like to get or to receive in all of this?
Are you asking or am I supposed to repeat?
I'm asking you.
Most of the purchases I buy are low priced offers. And if I wait, it would cost more. So I want to take advantage of the on sale.
Yes. So creating more pressure on myself
So creating more pressure on myself
under the mouth because it's a good deal
because it's a good deal
under the collarbones, and I need to take advantage of a good deal
and I need to take advantage of a good deal.
Under the arms, because if I don't,
Because if I don't,
I miss that opportunity.
I miss that opportunity.
Top of the head. I don't want to miss that opportunity.
I don't want to miss that opportunity.
Eyebrows. What if it doesn't come back?
What if it doesn't come back?
And then I miss it.
And then I miss it.
Under the eyes. Then can I ask myself,
Then can I ask myself,
is this really necessary?
is this really necessary?
What if I don't buy it now?
What if I don't buy it now?
How would that make me feel?
How would that make me feel?
Under the collarbones. It can be confusing.
It can be confusing.
And I would like to get more clarity.
And I would like to get more clarity.
Under the arms. But I know that I don't want to spend more than I make.
That I do not want to spend more than I make.
And I don't want to put more pressure on myself.
And I don't want to put more pressure on myself.
To make more money.
To make more money.
Side of the eye. So I can afford all of these purchases.
So I can afford all of these purchases.
Under the eyes. So I look to get more clarity.
So I look to get more clarity.
Under the nose on what's really a priority for me.
On what is really a priority for me.
Under the mouth and what I really need.
And what I really need.
Under the collarbones. I'm open to receiving that.
I'm open to receiving that.
Under the arms. And just take a deep breath. And exhale. Good job. Do you have some water handy?
I do. I have some right here.
Yeah, drink some water. And I'd like you to check in and notice if anything came up, any thoughts. I'll also like you to check in on that sensation in your chest. Is it still a 5?
No, it's down to a 2, actually.
Oh, wow.
I have, just going through this process, I have released a lot of anxiety and I've released some energy too with the yawning.
Yawning, good,
Yeah.
good. So how does it feel when you want to, it's a very good deal, you want to take advantage, and it's like, no, I have to buy it. And then feeling like, oh, but maybe it's not a good idea. It's going to cost me more money. Well, not more money, but it's a good deal. So take advantage now because in the future, maybe I have to pay more. How is that for you? Like that decision that you have to make, maybe putting yourself into that type of pressure.
It's all true. And it takes me back to growing up. You didn't buy something unless you had the money in your hand.
Yeah.
And as a young girl, I was babysitting and earning a little bit of money. And I wanted to buy a pretty little blue blouse that was in the window of a local shop. And I didn't have enough money, and I would always walk by and the blouse was still in the window, and I earned more money, but it wasn't enough, and the blouse was still in the window. I was afraid that I would walk by and the blouse would be gone. I didn't know that there might have been another blouse in the back, but
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lot.
Wow, that's a great memory, and see how it is connected to this topic.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And that's a memory that I would definitely encourage you to work on. And this is what can happen during tapping. that things like that come from the past, moments where we were not able to get what we wanted and we struggle, and then we have this type of behaviors now that maybe we have more money, that we're in a better position. It's like, oh, now I can give myself that permission, but it still comes with consequences and maybe things that we don't really want. That's very
Right.
good. All right. So what I like to do, just to finish here, because we're almost at our 20 minutes, we're gonna do a final round just to integrate and allow our nervous system to just keep trusting the process. And if more memories or anything else comes, then it will be important to address it. But for now, I don't want to open another can of worm and then not having
Go
time
again.
to do this. So let's just acknowledge what we did in just this short amount of time. And also knowing that you went from an 8 to a 2 in that sensation in your chest. All right, so let's
Thank
get
you.
to the side of the hand. I recognize I made some shifts here.
I recognize I made some shifts here.
I went from an 8 to a 2 in my chest sensation.
I went from an 8 to a 2 in my chest sensation.
And I am proud of myself for doing this today.
I'm proud of myself for doing this today.
And even though there is so much more to explore,
And even though there is so much more to explore,
it is enough for today.
it is enough for today.
I got some relief.
I got some relief.
And I'm open to continuing exploring this topic
And I'm open to continuing exploring this topic
and getting more insights,
and getting more insights,
and also feeling more comfortable
and also feeling more comfortable
whenever I have to make purchasing decisions.
whenever I have to make purchasing decisions.
Yes, I choose to be gentle with myself in this process.
I choose to be gentle with myself in this process.
Top of the head. I recognize there is an issue here,
I recognize there is an issue here,
but I also thank my nervous system,
but I also thank my nervous system
eyebrows, for bringing that memory from the past,
for bringing that memory from the past,
side of the eyes, where I saw that, was it a dress?
it was a blouse.
A blouse, sorry. When I saw that blouse,
When I saw that blouse
and I really wanted it
and I really wanted it,
under the eyes, but I couldn't afford it.
but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, under the nose. And I choose compassion for that younger version of me.
And I chose compassion for that younger version of me.
Yeah, under the mouth. And for me now, for Nellie now.
And for me now,
Yes, under the collarbones. As I continue exploring this topic.
as I continue exploring this topic,
Under the arms. I choose to love and accept myself
I choose to love and accept myself
as I continue navigating this.
as I continue navigating this.
All right, take a deep breath. And exhale. Good on. That's great. Thank you so much, Nellie. It was a pleasure to chat with you in these few minutes. I hope you found some value here and you got some relief and also insights and things that you can continue working on.
Thank you, Elisa.